welcome to Game Changers here on Art Television. It's a chance to catch up with another Sri Lankan who's trailblazed his way from day one and created history pretty much in Sri Lanka. And as Islanders, a new star. Mr. Jayantha Dharmadasa, we're going to spend some time with him. He's taken some very busy time off his schedule. So thank you very much indeed. Growing up in Sri Lanka has always been part of your life. Has it always been a special part, or was...
Thank you very much for your introduction. I mean, it's never expected that much. Anyway, thanks very much, yes.
Sri Lanka has always been home.
Always been home, yes.
And growing up in your early days, was there ever anticipation of what you might do ahead?
Okay. I started at St. Joseph's, then went to St. Thomas's in 1961. From there, I came up to the A-levels, then stopped my career because I had to go with my father's, business. He was always asking me to come and join him. So that was the
start.
End of the school and starting the work this thing, yeah.
So did you always anticipate being in business, or your father had a separate plan entirely?
No, even during our holidays, while attending school, during holiday period, even on Saturdays, Sundays, we were taken to the office. He showed us how he's doing his business and how to mingle with the staff and, customers and all that. So we were brought up in a different environment than the others.
So home was always Colombo?
Always in Colombo, yes.
School, growing up, business, family. How close were you as a family?
Very, very close. Very, very close to the family, all the family members. Most of the time the father was out of the house, So the mother looked after us. And we had 6 in the family. All were very close. But anyway, fighting and, arguments. But still, as a family, we were one unit,
So very strong family unit. How many boys, how many girls?
We had 4 girls, 3 elder to me. I'm the 4th, then another girl, then my brother Upali.
So father figure important, but mother was really the domination.
Yes, yes.
So you're very much a mummy's boy.
Yeah, because father was always, he was very business minded, and he was leaving home very early, coming back very late. So we were, growing up with my other members,
So you managed, but school and childhood, happy childhood?
I can't grumble, playing cricket in the streets, no, I mean, it's okay. Yeah.
So playing cricket, sport, part of life, school, important part of life? Cricket became an important little thing that you did?
No, I played a little bit of rugby. I was in the boarding, the hostel. Though my school, the house was about 5 miles away from the school, father,
Put you in the boarding.
Yeah, I was in the hostel, Chapman House in St. Thomas's, at St. Thomas's. Then, so everyone who's there has to take part in some sport,
No choice.
Yeah. So I took part in rugby and cricket, both, for house teams.
Okay. While you were at school, the time spent, because the proximity of your home was very close by, but you were bored because the father felt maybe important that you had that discipline and growing up in school. Did you feel that initial training is an important part for all of us?
Very much, very much. Those days we were not very happy with that, but now I see that that was the discipline, the conduct that was, helped me to run a place like this, with 6,000, 7,000 people under me.
So at school, were you a good kid, or were you a little bit of a
Very
scamp?
much, very much. Unlike you, I was a very, very good. always be monitor. You have monitors in school, and very, very disciplined, but no mischievous things, The staff, the teachers liked me, because I always obeyed this thing, never,
Okay.
yeah,
So you were an obedient child.
very obedient.
The school system then, you feel was a good system? And it
Oh,
was-
yes, very much. We never, going for a tuition class it was
a
we
strange
never-
thing.
No, we never told anyone that we are going for a tuition class. It was, very bad to, if somebody gets to know, it's a big miss for you. So we never, I had one or two maths classes, tuition classes. That also I never told my friends even. Yeah,
It was a different world entirely.
different world, because we were taught everything in school. We didn't have to take any outside.
You stayed in school.
No way. And we had time to do sports, After school, we were playing rugby, playing cricket, We had a lot of time to spend with the other things, unlike these days.
Well, it's a very interesting fact because that time is valuable time, and it seems that that has changed now. But when we were growing up, pretty much, there was valuable time to do everything.
Exactly.
And we fitted a lot of things in.
Yes.
We were multi-sport as well, not just one thing.
Yeah.
Is it the same for you?
Though I did only one or two sports, I know Dr. Sarath Siniviratna. Sarath was he captained school cricket, hockey, he did athletics, swimming. He did about 6, 7, he was the rugby captain, 6, 7 sports he did. And he became a doctor also.
All of that.
Yeah.
So that initial training was fabulous because you learned from that. You
Fabulous.
learned the discipline, you learned
Yes.
the team spirit, and you learned to survive in the middle.
Definitely, yes.
So you still believe in that Sri Lankan school system?
I think we have to go back to that era, where you don't need tuition. You have time to do other things. Then you in school you are with a different set of people. In sports you are with another set of people,
True.
So you mingle with everyone, not one or two people, So that helped us to be with the people.
You learn how to adapt, certainly.
Yeah.
And you learn how to handle pressure,
Yes.
and you learn how to handle disappointment. So you feel that school and sport was a very important part of your growing up.
Very important. Now, if you see, most of the sportsmen are from rural areas, not from Colombo schools. Why that? Because they have the time, and they get scholarships and they come and play for Colombo schools and they get selected for the national teams also. In athletics, in cricket, in rugby, most games are like that now.
You've seen Sri Lanka progress from pretty much the start to where we are now. But do you feel that we are on the right path? Do you feel that our system is in place and the future is in good hands?
No. We are going down daily. Daily we are going down. We can see that, as businessmen, we are the only people who have not come to the streets, All the others, the Govias, the carpenters, everyone, the doctors, everybody has come to the streets protesting for something. Only the business people are, still doing their business and in office.
So the business is an important part of your going forward. And you have now a huge complement of staff, you look after a lot of families. Is that always an important part of your system, to look after everybody in your company and to make sure the well-being is
We are very happy with helping another person, In business, what you do is, you are doing your business all right, because you have to live. Plus, you are giving opportunities to another person to do his duties and jobs, and we pay them well. And at the end of the month, it's my duty to pay them. Otherwise, they are starved, their families are not being fed. So, it's my main thing is to, how am I going to pay the salary this month? That is my thing. So, we have done our budgets for 5 years. Next 5 years, I have done all my companies, all the budgets are done. And they are broken into a day, a month, a week, and for a day. So, I know how much I am going to earn today, how much I am going to spend today.
So you're completely in hand.
Yeah, otherwise you are, if 6,000-7,000 people, if you are looking after them, how many families in that? and how many indirect people are being, given jobs by me. So all of them are being sent to the streets now, if you don't look after them well.
So that is a system, and you have always believed in the system.
Exactly.
When you took over as the head of the corporation, did you feel that it was something that you needed to change, or were you just going to follow the same pathway?
No, Shan, it's a very confidential thing, where I had some arguments with my father on principle, how to run the business. Then I left my father's office and came to run this hospital. That time I didn't have a single cent with me. I must tell you very frankly, 10 years ago, this is 10 years ago, I was running a company vehicle. So I got myself dropped here and sent the vehicle back to Paliaguda. I didn't have a vehicle to run. So I bought a locally assembled Chiron Jeep Micro for 3 million rupees. I had only 1.5 million to pay. Balance I put a lease. The first 2 leases I couldn't pay. I paid the third one as the first one, otherwise they would have taken the vehicle away.
So pure survival.
That was the beginning 10 years ago.
And from that 10 years has now spawned something quite special indeed.
Yes, now I have 26 companies under me. I'm the chairman of 26 companies.
And all of that was the initial vision, or does that grow as it expanded?
No, most of these, out of these 26, 14 or 15 companies have been run down companies, they have been closed down companies, Because I didn't have that much money to buy. So I bought these companies which were closed down.
Or in trouble.
And built them up. Yeah, they were in trouble and were going to be closed down or taken by the banks. So I took them up and, now running perfect, very well.
So touch wood, you are now in a very good place.
Can't say very well, but I'm there, Okay.
When you see what you have achieved and part of that dream and the vision, what would be the next way, the next phase for you?
I don't know. The way things are happening, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It's very, very strange, very, very surprising, how when we come to office only we know how many people have not come, because the labor laws are such that, it's always one-sided, So we can't take action against a person, we can't do anything. So we had to survive with the recent labor laws what we have in the country, which is good enough for a first-class country, So I don't know, very, very difficult to say, but anyway we are surviving,
On that note, we will take a break. We're on Game Changers here on Art Television, speaking with Mr. Jayantha Dharmadasa and how he started in life and where he is currently. An amazing story indeed. We'll be back in a second.